Welcome back to another episode of One Hale of a podcast brought to you by Hale Law Accident Attorneys. I'm your host, Patrick Hale. Today we have a media mogul, a legend in the business. You might have seen him on Fox News Business or Fox Business, Wall Street Journal, NBC. But today you're going to see him here on One Hale of a podcast. He is Armbruster and Associates, managing partner there, helping businesses with their strategic decisions that they make. Welcome to the pod. We have Adam.
I finally made it to the Hale podcast.
Hale,
Everything else has been rehearsal. This is showtime.
That's right. Everything else, don't worry about NBC. Don't worry about Wall Street Journal. None of those.
Already, this is more fun.
That's right. A little bit more laid back and
yeah.
Real long form, so you just get to say whatever you want. You know how
Really?
podcasts work.
Oh, okay.
I think you have your own podcast. What's the name of your podcast?
A-List Talks. Yeah, it's ABC7 picked it up, so it's national now, but it's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've listened to a couple episodes.
Human stories.
Bring in
Yeah.
really interesting people, talk to them. I like how you go all the way back to the beginning, how they grew up.
Yeah.
A lot of self-made people. So
Yeah. It started, I was driving with my wife up Route 95, just reminiscing all these great people I've met in my career. And they're amazing stories. And every human's got a tale.
yeah,
Everybody in this room right now has a story. If I started talking, it'd be mind-blowing because we've all got them, but they never get told. So I said, somebody should do a podcast. And she goes, yeah, you should do it. I said, I'm not doing a podcast. I got plenty going on.
yeah,
And she goes, well, who's going to do it? And I said, good point. Good point. So we did one episode with a guy I know who's kind of a big name in the world in his category. And it took off. And then I did like all these episodes. And then ABC7 said, we like what you're doing. We want to put it on the platform. So now it's on mysuncoast.com. If you go there, it says A-List Talks podcast.
I saw
all
that
the
when I was
episodes.
looking you up because I've had lunch with you a couple times.
Yeah.
Met up. You've given us some good advice.
Oh,
One of the
good.
things, the Hale helps.
Yeah.
That's been taking off. We actually just won an award with Thomson Reuters for our community involvement.
Oh,
And, we were already
Congrats.
doing it for so long. And then
Yeah.
I had lunch with you one day down the road, and you're like, you guys do all this community service. Have you thought about having a brand for the community service?
well
and-
said. That's exactly what we talked about.
One thing we know to listen to people who are smarter than us.
For me, that's everybody.
Yeah, I feel like that's how it is for me too. I
Uh,
come up with a few good ideas every now and then, but really just having good people around you and listening to people who are smarter than you, that's really what helps you get you where you need to be.
my favorite phrase, I don't know where I read it, was 1 + 1 = 11. You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
If two people
I
walk
think,
in
yeah.
a room, right, and they both have an idea, it becomes 11 ideas.
That's true.
'Cause that's what really happens.
That is what happens.
Everybody thinks it's like my stuff, their stuff. Like, no, the third and fourth and fifth and 11th idea is the best idea that comes out of that.
That's
I've
true.
seen it happen in
Usually
business.
a first idea is never that. It's good. It's at least
Placeholder.
yeah, you gotta, you have to walk before you run. You have to
Right.
get a few decent ideas before you have a great idea.
Yeah, you do. I don't know who's watching, but if it's business people,
I don't know if anyone's watching. We might just be talking to ourselves.
well, at least two people and maybe a relative,
Yeah.
but collaborate with great people, that have, healthy ethics, healthy intention, and watch what happens. And you'll go grad school. Like, I literally do stuff that people tell me it's grad school. I'm like, well, to me, it's just common sense.
Yeah.
Like, if this is happening, why are you doing that if that's not working? Don't you see what's really going on? I call it upstream. Like, there's a lot of things in every industry, including the legal field. And we got to talk about how you lit this market up, because that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But the things going on upstream of you that you need to be aware of that most people aren't, like in marketing, there's so much technology and business deals above you. And then it comes down the stream and you participate. I buy this and I buy that. But if you don't know what's going on upstairs, you're kind of being played a little bit
Yeah.
down
absolutely.
here. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
The game's rigged. So when you understand what's going on with these corporations, and I spend a lot of time on that, to watch what they're doing versus what they're saying, it affects businesses. And I fight for the business owner. I don't fight for the tech giants. They have their money, I think, right?
Yeah, I think they have quite a bit of it.
When you have billionaires running companies, they're okay.
Yeah, they're doing fine.
But the local companies, like, peeling off thousands of dollars every day, I want to make sure they get what they're paying for.
Yeah,
That's
and
my thing.
sometimes, especially with web advertising and a lot of these different
Yeah.
sort of groups, you don't really know what you're getting because
No.
they could throw these reports at you and like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
look, this is going up, this is going up. It's like, well, really, it's like, how many more people are we signing up?
Yeah.
How many more wanted leads are getting to us?
Right.
And it really is, are we converting? And if it's if it's not us messing up with conversions on wanted leads, it's just the quality of the lead or where they're coming from. I know we talked about it a while back with Google, how we don't know 100%. We don't want to get sued, but it seemed like there was recycling of leads
I see it.
potentially.
I see it with
But
them
we
in
don't know
work.
this 100%. So Google, if you're
Yeah.
watching, we don't know this.
It's a feeling and opinion. But I see that with other industries with lead aggregators and I call them diverters. Google, for example, renamed their product 3 times because they keep renaming it because the industry that I'm part of, which is out of Manhattan, like some of these people are big names, they laugh at it. And then they come back and they change the name again. And they also say, we're going to go after the SMBs. Now that's code for small, medium business owner.
Yeah.
And what it's really code for is they might not know what they're doing and they'll keep giving us money. That's what it's really code
Yeah,
for.
with the whole AI dynamic search, I think it was for a while. It wasn't that good.
They called it flocks. People laughed at that. Then they called it topics. No one, everybody yawned at it. And then now they're calling it Performax.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
And each time it's working worse. So at some point, how many spankings do you want to take until you rethink?
Yeah,
Right?
that's absolutely it. And you mentioned Manhattan. You bring a sort of insight. Here locally, it's sort of like nationally. There's more ideas. There's bigger things going on. A lot of it's already been done before. Now it's just rebranding and they're switching things up slightly. But also in the legal field, we get introduced to a lot of companies that are targeting specifically law firms.
Mm-hmm.
When there's whatever's happening in law, they always say they used to say 5 to 10 years behind, but however far we are behind, there's a lot going on in these Fortune 500 companies, how they're acquiring leads, what they're doing. So you sort of bring some of that insight as well.
Well, I serve legal, but I also serve 5 other verticals and more. And one of the best things to do, Patrick, is look what's going on in one industry. Let's call it PI law firms, right? So it's like 30,000 in the country or some number.
Quite a few.
Right? Yeah, a little bit of competition.
Yeah, a little bit. It's one of the highest, most competitive search terms on Google's auto accident attorney in every single market across the country.
In every city.
Yeah.
In some markets, it's nosebleed, literally, like you can't get away from it.
Yeah.
And they're all making money. So, but my point is when you work in healthcare, legal, automotive, home services, and finance, those are my big 5. The cool thing is you study what's working in other industries and you go, okay, if it's working there, why can't I just bring it over here and try it?
Exactly.
And you know what? I can't think of a time it didn't work because human nature is human nature.
Yeah.
So you apply it properly. It's like adding clay to a statue or something. Like just add that and man, the whole thing changes. So I've been doing that a lot lately and man, does it work. And you've really got to understand how the consumer is buying and what he or she is doing, and then try to remove all the blockades, like all the layers that get in the way of them just going to Hale Law, for example. Anything else to me is a competitor.
Yeah, I agree.
Why can't they just grab their phone and type in HALE? What do you think you're going to get? You're going to get Hale Law. There's not a lot of Hales.
Yeah, there's
in this market.
No one else is close to us.
So anything that gets in the way of that to me is a competitor.
Yeah.
I don't care who it is. I don't care what you're spending with them. It's a competitor. So we try to remove all those and then maximize timing and messaging, and Hale helps, the civic involvement. Consumers really do care about that. They want to see you putting a little back. It makes them feel good. Helps them. I call it a tiebreaker. Helps them tip your way a little bit.
Exactly. Because really when it comes down to it, from just someone who's injured, they see multiple law firms, personal injury attorneys. We all have big settlements. We have verdicts. We have a lot of us, just overall good Google reviews. So how do you differentiate? And, one of the ways is we have great slogans: go to Hale, give 'em Hale, fight like Hale, all those ones. But also the fact that we have a lot of community involvement. We're here locally.
Yeah.
we care about the community, and I thought that was a great point when you brought that up to us at that lunch a couple months ago, maybe like 6 months ago, a year ago.
God, it seems like a day.
Yeah, I don't know
Um,
how time flies.
it's like this. It's like they had the accident. My studies say it's about 72 hours from the accident happens to they hire an attorney.
Yeah,
For serious accidents, if it's soft tissue, it might go 96 hours. So from 0 to 96 hours is your window, and they're gone because once they hire an attorney, they usually don't switch.
yeah.
Some may, but they
It's
usually
very
don't.
rare.
Right. So if you think about it, no matter what city someone's watching this, whatever city you're in the world, really is, you've got a window of time to convince them to start with you. Because if they don't start with you, you're right. Now they bounce off websites and there's 16 conversations and they start negotiating fees and percentages. And that's not really who you want. You want someone saying, you know what, I really like these Hale guys. I'm going to start with them.
Absolutely.
And from what I've seen, your people are so good and you're so welcoming. So it ought to be a good vibe when they contact
Yeah,
you.
we rarely, if ever, lose a client.
See, that's remarkable.
Because it's really simple. Number one reason why clients drop their attorneys: communication. Lack of communication.
It is number one. Absolutely.
It's always number
It's like
one
1,
bar
2, and 3
complaint.
almost.
Lack of communication. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So, that's why we have certain rules set up, procedures, and make sure, and we track how often the clients are getting calls. If it goes outside of our bounds, we track everything. We call the attorney, we call the paralegals, and we're like, hey, what's going on with this case? And we have case reviews. What's going on? Why has the client not been called? And if it's been too long, I'll jump on the phone, make sure I talk to the client. But I find, and everyone I listen to, it's all client communication. So
is.
we're talking to clients.
Yeah.
And when you're doing that, because here's the fact of the matter. If we aren't calling the client, we're still working on their case either way. So you have to call and tell them, hey, by the way, we are working on your case. Here's what we're doing. A, B, C, next steps coming, D, we're doing all this stuff for you. So yeah, I agree. Once you get the client, as long as you're communicating with them, you're going to keep them 99.9% of the time.
You know what else I've observed is your staff is the lights are on, the eyes are bright. There's eye contact, there's joy. I think that when you care that much about your customer, I think it makes your staff happy.
Yeah, it does.
Because they want to do good work. They don't want to ignore people or be curt with people or not get back to people. Everybody wants to do great work.
Yes.
But you're allowing that in the way you take care of your client. You're allowing that. A lot of firms don't. It's a factory.
Yeah.
Get on a treadmill,
Exactly.
get the numbers, get the numbers. And the consumer's not looking for that. AI is going to go AI.
There's a lot coming with that.
But it's going to rebirth human contact and the value of that. It already is.
Yeah.
I actually predicted it like 3 years ago. I said to my wife, because this actually happened in the 70s in a different way, but all the films started going CG AI, right?
Yeah.
The Avengers, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, more and more graphic. I said, what's going to happen is it's going to hit a zenith, and then people are going to want to hear like real human stories again.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what's happening. Like all the little indie films are starting to bubble up. We were talking earlier about technology as their friend.
Technology, the backgrounds.
You don't need a studio. You don't even need a sound person. You don't need lighting. What you need is a story.
Yeah.
Because that's what'll hold people is the message.
And that's humans.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of time. We were all around a campfire
Storytelling.
thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
And the people who really caught everyone's attention, even back then, from what I understand, were the people who could sit across on a campfire and just tell a story.
That's how people actually communicate. And we got kind of hijacked, in my opinion, by the digital lords of, well, you don't need to talk to anybody. You just go to Google. Or no, you just go to FindLaw, or you go to lawyer.com. You don't need to call those attorneys. Just click here, fill in this box. We'll do all the work. Well, it was kind of a sham.
Yeah, and it doesn't work that well. Yeah. It's fine if they want to put that in, but ultimately they need to talk to a human. Because look, I was actually at Taco Bell the other night. No, Checkers. And I changed my order.
You're
like
really living big now that you made it.
I still like Checkers.
You're up to Checkers.
I still like to check it out. That's what
Have you had In-N-Out Burger yet, though?
I've had it a couple times when I go out west. I'm actually heading out to Phoenix on Thursday, so maybe I'll check it out when I'm out there.
You got to try all the burgers.
It's okay. I think I think Checkers taste better.
Oh, well, I got to try Checkers.
I don't know. You've never had Checkers?
No.
Oh, they're fries.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I want to get to
Hmm.
this. So I pull up.
We digress.
Yeah, we really digress. I pull up to the and it was late, and I went to the 125th anniversary of Stetson Law School.
Oh, yeah.
So I was in St. Pete,
Cool school.
and really, my wife and I ended up talking with everyone so much. I got to have a couple bites, but I didn't really actually get to eat dinner. So we stop by Checkers. I pull in, and all of a sudden, it's a robot talking to me at the window. But it takes my entire order.
Yes.
And here's the great part. I was like, oh, I want a number 10 or 8, whatever it was. And then I'm like, actually, I don't want that number 8. I want a number 7, and I want it with Coca-Cola, and I want it, medium-sized fry. And my wife's like, this is gonna mess it up. And I'm like, typically in a fast food drive-through restaurant, I would have got the wrong order. But the price is like $14-15. I'm like, well, it sounds about right. I pull up, it's perfect, down to the sauce. And I can't even get a human, like usually when you pull up the window, you can't even get a human to do that.
Yeah.
So that's sort of, but it made me feel uncomfortable, even though it worked.
It's because it's early.
It's early. So maybe over time, people might end up like talking to AI. Maybe that makes less mistakes. But right now, even myself, I felt very uncomfortable talking to it.
Well, the digital lords are trying to get us acclimated. Have you noticed the robots walking around town?
Yeah. I
Okay.
was thinking about buying a robot, actually.
A Hale robot?
Yeah, and
Hand out
throw it
business
around
cards?
downtown.
Hand up business cards?
Yeah, exactly.
In your voice?
Yeah, that'd be a little creepy.
Yeah.
But it could be done, and then you can make it say whatever you wanted, and I wouldn't even have to speak.
Patrick can't be here right now, so I'm here.
Yeah.
Here's his card. What I think they're doing is they're acclimating us to see them as support tools. So, because it's a new generation, obviously. I saw the dog. I went to the Venice Farmers Market, and the guy had the Boston Dynamic dog.
Yeah,
walking
I've seen
around.
that one. That one's pretty cool.
That's all paid by the
You think that's... I was wondering because I don't remember there being advertisement on the one that got all the social media
No.
hype walking downtown
They're
Sarasota.
trying to acclimate us. This is to get us used to it, so we don't fight them.
Yeah,
So we don't see them as a
it's
negative.
sort of weird, especially when you push them.
Yeah.
They take like 2 steps back
Yeah.
and then stand up.
Yeah.
It almost acts exactly like a human.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
It's definitely possible that it's a robot just stands there and doesn't let you push it, but
Right.
it sort of gives in and
Right.
they're trying to make it look like a human.
Vulnerability.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, really, and that's how you acclimate people. It's slow drip campaign.
Yeah.
That's what it really is. But AI on your order, the mistakes that happen in business are usually human error. You know this. Even flying pilots. Human error.
Yes, humans.
Wrong button.
You talk to the AI companies and they're always like, it's like, oh, well, what if AI messes this up? But when you think about it, it's exactly what you said.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Humans mess
Yeah.
up as well. And it's just something we all live with. The whole point is you have to have people checking over everything. You can't take what AI gives you and just say, oh, there we
Yeah.
go. I'm
Yeah.
done here.
Yeah.
You have to have a human review it, but it still creates efficiencies throughout all business at all different levels.
It eliminates a lot of grunt work and redundancy. And like, isn't it great for search? Like you used to sit there and click in and scroll and page after page. And I have a Tesla now. I don't know if you know this. It's in the dashboard, Grok.
Oh yeah, actually, Patrick, my partner,
He has it in the dash.
he has
Okay.
the Grok
Yeah.
on his Tesla.
So-
I'm just driving an old F-150. I drive it myself.
You talk
It
to-
doesn't drive itself.
You talk to yourself, but talking to yourself's good.
Yeah,
too.
I talk to myself. Hey, you have no idea how often I talk to myself in my truck. Some great ideas come out of there. That's the 1 + 1 myself making 11.
Just don't lose the debate.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. It happens.
What you do is you just say, like, if you're talking to a business, I'm talking to this guy in Dallas, and it's not creepy. It's just to know him better. Like, hey, tell me everything you can about Joe Smith, and it's all about his career, his family, where he went to school.
Yeah.
Now, I would have been getting the same information scrolling through Google, right? And
Yeah,
spending
absolutely.
20 minutes on it, but in 30 seconds, I knew this whole dude.
And you can do it while you're driving without
While I'm
ever
driving.
taking your hands off the steering wheel,
So that's-
which
yeah.
you don't even need to drive your vehicle because you have a Tesla.
It drives me. We literally went from here to Nashville, through Memphis to Dallas, back through the Panhandle. I hardly touched the wheel.
Yeah,
It's fascinating.
I know.
Technology.
I've driven a Tesla once where I had the self-driving mode on.
Mhm.
It's weird. You know the problem is that I see is people get used to the vehicle driving itself. Have you ever driven
do.
since you've been using this auto drive feature. Have you driven another vehicle and then it's sort of weird and you find yourself like, oh no, am I paying attention?
It feels like a hay wagon.
Yeah.
It feels so scary when you get in a regular car because it doesn't automatically slow down. You have to slam the brakes on.
Yeah.
You have to pay more attention. You pay attention when you drive FSD too, but you're looking at the landscape versus locking down the brakes in front of you. They call that like micro adjustments. Like it wears the brain out. That's why you get tired when you drive.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You could be,
Especially if you're on like I-75, Alligator Alley, anywhere around there. Me as a personal injury attorney, if I see a truck, a semi truck, a dump truck, anything, I'm hyper vigilant.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, me
making
too.
sure
a lot of
I'm
cushion,
staying
right?
away
A lot of cushion
from them.
Yes.
So
We only had 3 scares in that, how many thousand miles that was. And they were both tractor trailers.
yeah,
Uh,
they have them working too long.
they're
They get
going
tired.
like this. And I don't know if he's falling asleep or on his phone. Either one's bad.
They get sleep deprivation. They really have some issues in the
And
industry.
they hit the warning thing, and then all of a sudden it comes back.
Yeah.
So you could tell it snapped them to attention. But that's a lot of weight to be flying at 70 miles an hour
Yeah,
down the highway. I can see why attorneys like want to help people because that thing's a weapon. But yeah, the tech, I believe it causes like what I call time compression, like in a good way. Like now I can drive, research, think, and do something else in the same 15-minute drive. Where before it was a 15-minute drive.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything. You can't be on your phone. You can't be on your laptop. So I'm getting more done faster. That's what I think AI really does. It just escalates your whole life, but it frees things up. People have to look at the blue sky part of this. Is I don't have to spend time doing that anymore. I can have a hobby.
yeah, and I know a lot of people are worried. Oh, it's going to take jobs. What I think it's going to do is it's just going to let law firms and businesses do more than they used to do.
Right.
So it'll make everything where more gets done.
Right.
With the exact same amount of people, or even if you have slightly more people, you'll get that much more done using AI.
It's going to be like a 10x factor.
Yeah.
Of efficiency. I see it. And I use it in marketing. We know your clients are using it. I saw a stat that 53% of baby boomers. So people always think, oh, they're tech deniers or whatever. They're over at age of 50 and all that. 53% of baby boomers are using AI search daily.
Yeah.
Like it was the fastest adoption of a tech because it was so simple.
It makes things a lot easier. There's really, some tech, it's like a program. You have to learn where to go, where to save stuff, change all the settings. AI, it does everything for you. You just ask it a question and then it pumps out an answer.
Did you see what Elon said about phones in that recent interview he did? What the phone's going to be?
No, I missed that one.
He says, I believe this guy when he talks, he's never not delivered. He's 1,000% track record.
He knows technology, that's for sure.
He said the phone will basically just be a screen and a speaker. That you won't input, there won't be operating systems, there won't be a keypad. It'll just be almost like your drive-in speaker.
Yeah.
And you'll just speak to it and it'll present information back to you. And that's it.
And wearables. I heard Zuckerberg on a podcast and he was saying it's all going to be about wearables. And you talk about conditioning people. That's why they're already starting with the glasses and the watches. Pretty soon it's just everywhere you go, you're going to have your phone, but you're not going to have to hold it in your pocket. It's just going to be all around you. You'll be able to see it, overlay everything as you're looking around. It's going to be pretty cool.
There's a good amount of people that'll adopt it. I'm a resistor on that. I don't like my data going everywhere of everything I'm doing in my life. So I'm a little bit more private than that. But I see people wearing the Ray-Bans with the cameras and everything.
I have a pair of Ray-Bans. I haven't worn them in months. You have to keep them charged. Their battery life, the battery technology just isn't there. And right now, all it really does is take photos and videos.
Yeah.
And it'll answer some questions. It's hooked up to the internet on your cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool. I mean, you have AI in your ear and you can just ask it a question at any time and it'll give you the answer, sort of like how you're talking about with your vehicle. So there are some cool things about it, but I'm waiting to see where the technology goes.
I want it I want it within reach. I love it in my dashboard, but I don't want it like on me.
Yeah.
I have a weird kind of buffer. I like it over there because I don't want to be having this thing like recording everybody I'm talking to at 24/7.
It is weird.
It's weird for them too. I mean, I wouldn't like if somebody showed up with those glasses on and started asking me questions. I'm like, where's that going?
If you see the light on, that means it's recording. But
I
even
don't
when the
really
light's
trust where
not
the
on,
data goes.
it still can be listening.
Yeah, and I don't trust where the data goes.
Everything. I mean, you have your cell phone. I mean, you talk about something, it pops up on your They try and advertise to you.
Mhm.
Look, everyone already has a way for anyone to listen
They do. They hack
to
'em.
us. There's
They hack them. Yeah, they
part of
do.
me feels like there's no escape. You
Yeah.
might as well use it and let it benefit you as much as possible.
Unless we go out in a boat in the middle of the Gulf of America and just sit there 100 miles out and talk and then come back.
Yeah,
But even then, the satellites are
the satellites
on us.
and you know, there's still technology on the boats. Any
Yeah.
boats where you're gonna go out that far are gonna have all sorts of GPS
Yeah,
connected.
it's true.
Um,
Yeah, they know you're there.
yeah, they know that you're there.
Just maybe have a conversation.
Yeah, it's
Without
imagine.
a
You know what they
Facebook
don't
ad
have?
coming up.
They don't have any mafia movies set in like today's. Imagine a futuristic mafia movie.
Yeah.
It's like how would you do it because no one's ever been able to get away with anything, which in a lot of ways is good, but it also could be bad if the wrong people are in
You
charge.
can't meet at Mama Leone's restaurant and go in the back room anymore.
Yeah, there's no back room.
There's cameras there and there's
Yeah,
phones there.
camera. They have a ring camera in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like you get caught.
Yeah.
So-
no, not there. It's really an interesting time, you know, in that regard. The consumers, though, if it saves them time and money, they're on it, so they're good with it.
Yeah, I don't. Some people block their search or make it where, uh, you know, everyone's marketing to you.
Mhm.
So if you have like the cookies,
Mhm.
everyone's like no cookies. I hear people turn off all
Yeah.
the cookies when they go on a
A lot
website.
too.
I sort of like the fact that I get marketing that's tailored to me. In a lot of ways, I like it. So I don't turn off the
If
cookies.
it's relevant.
Yeah,
you
if
can
it's
still
like
enjoy it.
yeah, like it just depends. But at the same time, I could see where it just sort of gets away from everyone, and then everyone has your data. Here's what I'm wondering. So they have quantum computing coming around, and it seems like it's going to be working. They almost have it. I think they might have had it, but they say once they get to quantum computing, it'll be able to run so many numbers so fast that no password that any of us have will be safe.
Mm.
There's eventually going to come a time where computers are going to be so fast that it won't be possible to keep a password from being broken. Like how the FBI
Encrypted.
broke the iPhone.
Yeah.
And then now they can get into iPhones, no
that
problem.
makes sense.
So what happens then, especially with the huge move going all to electronic money?
Mhm.
You're seeing countries like India implement it, a lot of different countries around the world, and really most of all our monies. I mean, it's not like we're all sitting there with huge, you know, lock boxes or safes with all our money.
Yeah.
It's all
yeah.
online anyways.
Yeah, it crosses my mind sometimes. I work with Morgan Stanley, and it crosses my mind sometimes like this might just be a video game that
Yeah,
I'm looking at. It might all be gone.
it could at any point. Imagine a hack, because
Yeah.
international
Just
hacking,
replace it with a
everything.
video game. Like it keeps changing my numbers and makes it look like something's happening.
So here's the thing, and I actually talked with I think I was talking to my wife about this a while back. But if there was a massive hack where
Mhm.
all the money in another government hacked, and all the money went missing from the banks, and the government knows this, the bank knows this, what do?
Yeah, they hire the bad guys first. That's what they
Or
do.
do they just go and put all the money into the account and make it look like however it was before, do some accounting, and then just start fresh? Because there's
It's
no
called
like
a Ponzi scheme.
yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's weird.
Everybody thinks they have their money.
Everyone thinks they have their money because
Yeah.
imagine losing confidence. Because
Yeah.
what would happen if
Yeah.
all the banks and no one knew how much was owed to anyone and who had their money there? The chaos that would unfold.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's
We'll-
like another movie
We'll be
concept.
back trading chickens and cows.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
like
we'll be
Mad
doing.
Max.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll just regress and restart.
And speaking of regressing and digressing, you know, I have a script and I'm supposed to start off with your background. So let's get some of your background right now before we just talk about
Sure.
fun stuff the whole time.
Sure, I'm an open book.
Not to say this isn't fun, but I want all the listeners at some point, I want them to miss who you are, where you started,
Oh,
how
sure.
you got your start. Tell us a little bit your background, where you grew up, and how you got into this business.
How did I get into business? Wow, you kind of fall into it. Started out kind of rough, rough family, divorce, 3 brothers. Ended up living in an orphanage for most of my childhood.
Really?
My mom remarried. Thankfully got us out. Could have still been there maybe.
Yeah.
But when you grow up like that, what happens is you become very independent. I wouldn't say self-reliant, but you get self-sufficient. It's a weird kind of chromosome that you get when you grow up like that. And I don't say this for any kind of empathy or pity or anything. I'm just saying it structures who you are. I really do believe that, because I was always attracted to service clubs. Like I was in Cub Scout, Boy Scouts, Rotary, right down the line, man. I mean, just every charity. I always had something going on where I was doing something in the community. And the weird part is, Patrick, maybe you can relate this, is you don't know why you're attracted to it.
Yeah.
It's just like you have to do it.
It feels good to help people. It really
But
does.
It does, but deeper than that, like why did I so badly want to be a Boy Scout? Well, Boy Scouts go out and work in the community. It wasn't about the award. I never made Eagle Scout or anything. It was just that. And then it was Rotary. And then it was just JCs. I don't even, that's around anymore. It's like young professionals.
I don't know what that is.
JCs was like young professionals, like kind of before Rotary.
Yeah.
Like you were in your 20s maybe. And they did service clubs and, fundraisers. And I was always turned on by that. And I realized I got to tell you something interesting. So when I was a kid, I was talking to Nick Walenda, the guy, the high wire. People know who that is. He's the high wire artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a friend.
And he's from Sarasota.
Yeah, he is. He's a friend through friends and blah, blah, blah. But I was telling him when I was a kid, the thing that really opened my eyes to the world was at one point somebody came and donated a circus show for all the kids in the orphanage. And we all got on buses. It wasn't exactly like a cultural epicenter when you live in an orphanage, like if you see a movie or something. And we got in these buses and went to the circus. And I walked in there and I was like, it was like seeing another planet for the first time. The eye opening, the magic, the possibilities, the drama, the music. I was like, wow, this is great. And it always stayed with me. And it really changed me as a young kid. It really showed me like, there's a big world out there.
Yeah, that's important
for
young
waiting
people.
for me. Like one day I'm going to get in that world, the world of possibility and magic and excitement and all that. And when I was a Boy Scout, we did a field trip to a TV station. Like what an exciting field trip. I mean, like they just took you anywhere they could take you, I guess. But I did walk in. I walked into Master Control, and it was very primitive at the time. But I looked up and go, "This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be in television."
That's
and
awesome.
I was like 12 years old. Like I heard that doesn't happen to a lot of people, but it did happen to me. So I was attracted to it instantly. I got into it at age 15. I've been in it ever since. I've been in television for, like 50 years.
Yeah.
Watch it go through every migration, everything currently going on, but all the way back, and been in it my whole life. But something recently we got a chance to do was we were talking to Nick Walenda, and I told him some of that story, not all of it. I'm telling you more than I told him. I'm always kind of shy about it, but I told him, and he goes, well, we do these charity shows. I said, I'm in. I said, what is it? He told me. So on December 11th, we're bringing, it's like 1,200 Sarasota school students to the show.
That's awesome.
And we're doing the whole thing, and it's all free. And as soon as we started inviting the school system, bam, it like sold out. And then Nick came back and I said, Nick, we're running hot here. Too many kids want to come. He goes, I'll do another one. So on the 18th, he's doing another show for another 1,200 kids.
That's
all
awesome.
Free, no transportation fees, nothing. Everything's provided, And as we're inviting the schools, some of the school teachers were telling us, some of these Title I schools and stuff, like they'll never see this show without you. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, oh, their parents they don't do this stuff. So our hope is that one of these 1,245 students, like somehow it reaches out and changes them. And to me, that's like the ultimate gift. Like you said, to me, that's a huge payback.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing it for the kid for the guy the mysterious stranger that bought my ticket that day, in 1967, whatever it was. I'm able to pay that back.
Yeah. And you never know.
And it's so cool.
Yeah. You never know how one little thing can change someone's life. It's, everyone's had these different experiences where one little thing, and with children, knowing the possibilities,
Mm-hmm.
like how you said you went to the circus and you saw it, having one little different experience, when you see something, you can want it. Sometimes people don't even know what they want. They just travel through life, just going day after day after day, never really looking forward to the future. And that's one thing I like when I talk with you. And we'll be talking about the future of broadcast, the future of all this. But some people don't even know what to have because of the opportunities not there for them. So I really appreciate you doing that. That's awesome, and hopefully, hopefully more people will get involved. And it's the first time hearing about it, but it definitely sounds like something that'd be cool to get involved with.
We're not doing it for press. We're just sharing that how Sarasota, frankly, responded so quickly. We thought it'd be like, oh, well, some kids will want to go. Some like, I don't care. I don't like the circus. It's dorky, but it's not a circus. It's really an inspirational life experience is what's going to happen there. They don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
It's really it's called Believe is the name of the show. And I can't tell much. I can't speak about it, but it's going to, if you want to be inspired, it's going to hit you between the eyes.
That's awesome.
That's what it's all about. And his wife is amazing.
I want to hear more about it after it happens, so you can tell me all the
Yeah.
details that you have planned. I know you're in your mind. You're just like, I see you smiling. You're like, wait till people see. This is gonna be great. These kids are gonna love it.
I hope so. This town has been magical to my wife and I. We moved here 25 years ago, and it's really grown up a lot. And you're local. You're multi-generation here.
In Florida, but I've been coming here for quite a while now. I've been here for almost a decade.
Mhm.
So I've seen a lot of growth just in that amount of time.
So we're becoming a little jewel city, and it's legit city now. It used to be like a charming little region, and now like it's all morphing together. And now we're growing south, right? Like Aaron Silk over at EDC and Heather at the Chamber.
Yeah,
I had conversations with them, and they're telling us like it's going to be basically like all the way down past Northport, all the way up through Bradenton.
Oh, and it's not that far away.
That's one big honking town now.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all of Florida throughout the coast. But I feel like Sarasota is a little bit different.
It is.
Based off the size and what it has to provide and offer to everyone, but with like low crime rates.
Yeah.
People are genuinely a little bit more nicer than like if you go to Southeast Florida. People are more friendly here.
Yeah, it's got the big city caution.
Yeah.
When you go to Miami.
Yeah.
Or even down toward Naples. I worked all these cities for business, but my wife and I would visit several, and I wouldn't pick another town or even another zip code in the whole country. I mean, I spent millions of miles flying around this country.
You can go you could live wherever you wanted.
Really,
wherever you wanted.
Any zip code, including Hawaii, including Alaska, and everything else. And I couldn't wait to get back to Sarasota. And people would say, "Well, what's so special about it?" I said, "It's kind of hard to put your finger on it, but come visit."
Yeah.
And they would visit, and they'd be like, "Yeah, this is different here."
All my friends who visit me, they love it.
They say the same thing.
Yeah. It's you have the water, the good weather, as long as it's not the middle of summer, then it's a little hot. But there's just things to do, the food, the people.
Restaurants are coming on.
The food has gotten so good.
Yeah. The bar's going up. Like used to be tourist places, and all of a sudden like Summer House popped in.
Yeah.
I think they're excellent. We spent way too much money and time there. But like the bar's going up. We used to spend every summer in Manhattan. We ditched on New York about 5-6 years ago. But Manhattan's great because every restaurant you go into is A-rated, spotless.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Servers are all professional servers. These are like, this is their gig.
Yeah.
It's not a college job. They're like a professional. And they know their game, and it's always a great experience. I feel like that's starting to drizzle into Sarasota. You're starting to see some elevated game.
There is.
When you go out, and it's great. I can bring executives fly in, and we have a place we put them, Sue and I, like a house we have, and I said, now the loop's complete because we can go to dinner and have a great dinner too, not just a nice place to stay. And maybe dinner's 50-50, but it's really great. So yeah, the town's really coming on. I really want to get involved with. I met Mark from One Stop Housing, and he's really working on workforce housing, which people always mistake for Section 8 and everything. It's not. Workforce housing is professionals, nurses, firemen.
I saw they're putting a lot of housing down by Venice, the SMH hospital down there in Venice. I noticed there's just like all these nice apartments just springing up.
This is the more affordable stuff where
a
school teacher can afford to live there and rent it until they get the dollars saved for a home like that. That's something I want to get behind. I have this passion to, maybe again from my childhood, but once it's in your DNA, it's not coming out.
Yeah.
My DNA is, Suzanne, my wife Suzanne and I, can we give people a shot? And I stay mostly in the arts realm, working with Naya Chambliss. She's a Booker student, freshman, doing graduate level work. Just did a feature film.
Wow.
I went to
in high school?
In high school.
That's amazing.
It's winning worldwide competitions.
What's the name of the feature film?
It's called My Guardian Angel.
All right.
It aired twice already on ABC7. Jeff got behind it. Jeff Benninghoff, great executive, and
Yeah.
aired twice. It's being shown at conventions. They just keynote spoke at a convention. She's 16 years old.
I couldn't even imagine. I would have not been able to speak.
I would have hung in the curtain and wrapped it around me and just stood on the side of the stage. I would have been terrified. I was so shy, extremely shy. And to see her level of work. So what we did was we got behind her and pushed and just everything we can to get it out there. And now it's really getting traction. So we have this amazing talent. And Sue and I just want to get those kids that are really working and really applying.
Yeah.
To give them a shot. Like in my industry, I know people in film and television, just to introduce them. They have to have the talent. There's no free escalator ride. Like you're going to earn it. But they're really earning it. And like John Timpey over at Booker runs the film program. He's a good friend. Like, so I'm applying a lot of focus on Sarasota, what I used to do nationally. Like I was all over the place. I couldn't get involved here.
Yeah.
Like for 20 years, I was never here. Yeah, I was always in another city. So to be able to help here and make a change is a great reward. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a great reward to me. As you age, you start to, like you go in your 20s, like, I want a house, I want a dog, I want a wife, I want a family. Yeah, and you get that. And then you get to your 50s, then you hit 60, and it's just like, I don't want I want my family stuff, but I don't want all this stuff. I want to give somebody else a shot.
Yeah.
The kid somebody gave me a shot.
And everyone remembers the person who helped him out, who gave him a shot. Mm-hmm. And it just inspires them to do the same for other people. And it's really a multiplying effect. Yeah. One person helps you, then you start doing well, you start helping 10 people, and then those 10 people, they go and they each help, 20 people throughout their life until, you look back and it just keeps on going on and on and on. And those are the sort of things that we need as a society, because the opposite's true as well. You go and you ruin someone and you burn them really hard. Yes. And then it's their one chance. They took a risk on themselves. They start a business, and then some company or someone takes advantage of them and just breaks them down. They're going to remember that. And a lot of people, the bad things just keep multiplying as well. So question is, what are you multiplying?
I see that in a very spiritual way. I used to be very involved in the church, and I really got away from that. No judgment on anybody that does all these things, but I got kind of in a different realm, more of like, like light and dark, good and evil, and picking a team. Yeah. And hopefully I picked the right team, because I said, let's just do great stuff, do our best to help, and shine brighter, and just add more we can add value to people's lives. And it comes flying back at you. Clients call me, I want to hire you. I'm like, okay, who are you? Like, I don't even know how to find you. It's just so strange how it works. But I think they pick up on your trajectory, maybe, or maybe your reputation, you could call it, or maybe just like things you've done. I tell people, like, I'll give you everything I got. If I can't help you, I'll get out of your way. Like, I don't want to be a nuisance to you as a person or a business owner. Like, I want it to be a value add all the time. And it seems to work. Yeah. So that's what people want. I went all in on that.
That's
years
awesome.
ago. Like people would hire me and they'd say, well, how much access do I get? I said, 24/7. What do you need more than that? You know what I mean? Like,
it's quite a bit.
You think I'm going to keep score? No, you called me 3 times this week. So the fourth, I'm going to charge you more. Like, that's what people do in business.
Yeah. And that's one thing I love. I love what we do, because we charge a percentage.
That. Yeah.
So I've even had clients say, oh, are you going to charge me every call? And it's like, no, I charge you. I take the same percentage. It's all based off the settlement.
Right.
And you can call me every single day, and I always return calls, always get back to you, or take a call right then. Mm-hmm. But you can call me as much as you want. It doesn't cost you any extra money. And sometimes in a lot of ways, it's nice to have those clients who call you a lot, because it helps, their case move along better. A lot of times the fact that they're talking to you, them better, and it allows you to advocate for them better. So in a lot of ways, I like the fact that I don't charge people every single call. I think that's the way to go.
I've always been called, like in the firms. I was in sales with ABC, Disney. I didn't tell you my whole TV career, but I got into.
Give us a quick snapshot of your
real
TV
quick.
career.
As the Boy Scout, I saw the thing. I volunteered to just carry cables, shoot fashion shows, anything to touch a camera, anything. And I hope young people hear that. Like I would have eaten the dirt sandwiches to be in the studio.
Yeah.
like it wasn't, I didn't need money. Yeah, I did. I needed money. I needed gas money, but I needed the experience more and the friendships more.
Yeah.
So I just did all this crazy stuff and finally got introduced to some people and got a shot and got into some production. And then I started looking and going, those salespeople look like they're having more fun. They have nicer cars. What are
Yeah,
they
sales
doing?
is fun.
I started looking around the corner like, what are you guys doing? And they said, oh, we're in sales. And, we just talk to clients. I'm like, I remember thinking like, they don't seem that much smarter than me. Maybe I could do that. So I got in sales with Pulitzer Broadcasting. If you ever heard of the Pulitzer Prize,
Yeah.
that family used to own TV stations, and Michael Pulitzer was a dear friend. And they gave me a shot to get in sales. And I'm like, this is fun. I can see here's that service thing again. I can go out and help the business owner with their business, and they'll buy TV advertising, and then I'll make enough to take care of my wife and baby at the time. But I can do this service thing. I always took a service attitude. Like, I'm not there to take advantage of them. If I can help, great. If I can't, nice to meet you, And then I got into ABC, and then that got by Disney. And I just got in an elevator ride. All of a sudden, I was this quote unquote executive doing things New York, LA, Chicago, all these different cities, all these McDonald's and all these big companies. And it's so funny though, Patrick, because you could walk into a multi-billion-dollar corporation or a local plumber and you're having the same conversations about advertising. You really are.
Yeah, it is.
It's like the same talks. And
because everyone gets their recommendations, the same way, whether you're, a lot of times it's a friend. And that's why, you helping out kids with connections and everything, that helps them out a lot. It's friends, or you just go online, or you're driving by a billboard or watching some TV and something pops up and catch your interest and you research it more. So it's really it's all the same.
It is. I was reading this thing about, I don't know how much time we have. I don't want to overstay.
We probably got to jump. Let's hear what you had to read, and then we're going to jump into a fast round and then do our Florida Man segment. I see Maria over there.
Florida Man. I want to be Florida Man. All right. We'll get to
You're going to tell us which one's the real Florida Man, but we'll get to that here in a second.
I think it's Marine boot camp. Have you heard this thing about the 60% rule? You've heard this.
I've heard it. What is it? Tell me again.
All right. Well, when you're broken and you're exhausted and you want to cry like a baby and you want to ring the bell to quit.
Yeah, they ring the bell.
You want to walk over and ring the bell so I can go home to mama. Like, I'm broken as a man. When you're there, you can do 60% more, not 6%. You're not even close to doing what you can do.
Yeah.
So my message on that is, I think people think like, oh, I got so much going on. Life's overwhelming. You can do so much at the same time. Like, my wife goes to me, how do you keep it all together? I said, I don't know. It just stays in my head. We're doing the Nick Linda thing. I'm running the career. We got the film over here. We got this producer in town. I said dinner with him tonight. I'm going to help him on a project. He's from LA. Like, it's just very real time to me. It's just a flow.
Yeah.
And if you have good intention, it's easy to maintain it all in your head. I'm not trying to take advantage of anybody. It's just helping out where I can. But anyhow, you can do way more. Everybody in this room, just so you know, you can do way more you think you can do. And do it in bigger ways.
I believe it.
Like, you can move walls and mountains, man.
I thought I was busy.
When
busy 7 years ago.
When you're starting
when I first
out.
started
Yes,
the firm. I thought I was busy. I wasn't doing anything looking back.
Yeah.
I thought I was busy 5 years ago. Looking back, I was doing nothing.
Yes.
4 years ago, same thing.
Yes.
3, 2, 1. I
Yes.
mean, it's crazy how fast we're growing, the organization we're getting, and we're doing things that I never even thought, I guess I knew was possible. I was working towards more, but I never would have believed it like 5 years ago.
You were exhausted. You wanted to ring the bell.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming when you start out. It's overwhelming.
But the good thing is when you have no way out, you're just like, I just got to keep on doing it. And sometimes telling yourself that helps you push harder and further. And then it's just like anything else. An endurance athlete, I used to be a runner. It might be hard to run, 5 miles. But then once you run 5 miles every day, then sometimes you go and run 6 miles. And once you run 6 miles enough, sometimes you go to 7 miles. I was running over 10 miles every single day for over a decade. And now I won't do that because I'm working more. But, I think life's just like any endurance sport. It's like a marathon. They say that. It's a sprint, not a marathon. Or a marathon, not a sprint. And sometimes
I believe that.
You just get faster even running that long distance.
I believe that every limitation is imagined. And one of my favorite quotes I ever saw was, no borders, no barriers, just infinite opportunities.
Yeah.
And if you want truth, that's truth, man. There's no borders. on your thinking. There's no barriers keeping you from this or that. I talk to some young people sometimes. Well, it's the economy. Yeah, come back with me to the 80s. You want to talk about working?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound fun to hear that from somebody who did it, but it was the same thing. I promise you, it was the same thing. I always say, like, focus on you. Stop looking outward at it's this or that. What can you do? Can you have a side hustle? Can you have a, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it comes down to first principles.
Yes.
Where like people do something one way forever
Yeah.
and they say, this is how it's done.
Yes.
And it's like the first principle thinker goes and says, why?
I love hearing
Why
that.
does everyone have to do it that way? Why? Because everyone's done it that way before. You just look at it and you think about it.
You touched on it earlier. It's this overwhelm that happens in young years, like people in their 20s and 30s. I'm overwhelmed. It's so hard. I'm working. I'm exhausted. I believe it because it is a real thing, but they don't know what's coming, which is huge expansion. Well, but I'm saying the possibilities are because you've already learned this skill set and you checked off those boxes, and now there's huge wins ahead of you. But right now you don't see it because it's all foggy.
Yeah.
But it's right in front of you. It's like somebody lifts the fog and all this opportunity is laying around the whole time.
Absolutely.
That's what's really going on. People don't realize this. They get locked in these
lanes. It's like me in the refrigerator. When I'm going to look for some ketchup or something, I can't see it because I don't know where it is.
Wow. Yeah, that happens. It does happen.
But then someone's like, sometimes if I don't know if we have something, I can't find it. But my wife's like, no, we definitely have, Chick-fil-A. So we definitely have, carrots are in the back of the, it's definitely in there. Once you know something's there, then you can start actually finding it. Because until you know it's there, people, maybe it's 60% rule, people just give up without ever truly finding out. And that's why what you're doing for children and letting them see different opportunities, now they know it exists. Now they know that, if I do chase it, if I do look for it in the refrigerator, I'm going to find it.
There's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system. It's a little thing that looks about the size of a lima bean. Have you heard of this thing? It's a search engine in your brain. Do you ever think about something and then you see an ad for it?
Yeah.
Like, wow, that just showed up. Truth is, those ads were there the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
You were deleting them because you weren't interested. But when you're interested, you lock on. Like you buy buy a red Porsche. You will see red Porsches everywhere all of a sudden.
I've realized that before.
Right.
Buying cars. And then also we used to play yellow car, my cousin and I, when we drive around and we just punch each other. If you saw a yellow car.
All of a sudden they showed up. Right?
Yeah, it's like the punch bug, no punch back. We did yellow car for some reason.
Yeah. So my point is careful what you want because you're going to get it. And I've been saying that to my kids for years. Everybody gets what they truly, truly want.
Yeah.
And they didn't know that there was a scientific reason behind it and that your brain will actually pull you toward everything that'll get you that. But the problem is people think about what they don't want, then they wonder why they get it.
Well, it's like when
because that's a goal too.
It's like when you're skiing, they say, you look at the snow when you're skiing, you don't look at the trees.
Right.
Because you look at the trees,
you're
going to run into them.
Yeah.
So let's do this lightning round.
Oh, we're out of time already. See?
I mean, you and I, it's like lunch. They go a little bit longer than you originally expected.
Sorry,
I could just
folks.
talk forever about anything.
Sorry, folks. Put it on 1.5 speed if we're boring you.
Yeah, maybe 2 speed or something.
Yeah, let's go right to 6.
We're going to talk about media in the future. Maybe let's just go to a rapid fire round.
Uh-oh, here they come.
Favorite way to start the day?
Prayer.
One book or podcast you'd recommend to any business owner?
Well, the Bible for book, and I'm not a Bible thumper, but the power of the words to just make everything good.
Yeah.
Podcast. Oh man, I love the All In guys.
When you were asking about the Elon interview, I was just listening to All In. I just like all those. I mean, they're venture capitalists.
They're all different.
They're all different.
And they get along.
They have different views completely about a lot of different things. They get along. That's what I think we need more of in society.
Yes,
having differing views.
They battle with thoughts and debate. It's like you can almost see them sitting in robes, like in the Roman Senate, right? You could see them doing that because
they're doing a high
level.
They
love each other.
Yeah,
like they're like best friends, and they just scorch each other so badly. But
it's pretty funny.
Ideas.
And they talk about the future a lot. And
boy,
I think both of us really like the future.
Yeah, I learned about tech with those guys.
Yeah, that's where I learned a lot too. I only watched half of that interview, so maybe you gave it away for me on when they were talking with Elon about futures and phones.
Yeah.
This is lightning round though.
Okay.
Favorite local Sarasota spot to unwind?
To unwind, actually, my backyard. I put a koi pond in, a waterfall in, and a patio and palm trees, and I just sit there like my little tiny micro piece of paradise right here.
Yeah.
And I love to sit there and look at the birds. And
I love the backyard. We recently added some trees, some plants. We put in a butterfly garden.
nice. Oh, that's a good idea.
And we're gonna put in
Hmm.
some bird feeders. My wife is really into plants, so she's making it look really nice. So I'm excited for it.
And if you put running water somewhere in your property,
We were talking about that on Saturday,
some,
actually.
do some kind of running water,
Yeah.
because the life and the diversity of life is mind blowing, especially in the wintertime when it dries out.
Yeah,
You're a magnet.
that's awesome. I'm gonna. We were already talking about it on Saturday. Coffee order of choice.
You want to go to I'm blanking out on the name. It's embarrassing. The local coffee place. Why am I blanking out on their name? I
don't
buy
know.
my beans. I buy Guatemala beans. I make it at home.
Okay,
Coast to Coast. Thank you.
coast to coast.
Go to Coast to Coast Coffee over in Gulfgate. They just moved
Oh,
there.
really?
Best
I've never
beans
had
in
them. I'll have to
town.
check it out.
His name's Patrick. Go in and say hi to
Sounds
Patrick
like
and
a good
Gabby.
person named Patrick.
Yeah.
If you weren't
How'd you know?
if you weren't running Armbruster and Associates, what would you be doing?
Definitely helping kids, and definitely helping kids that are big-hearted and no opportunity, and that's where I'll be. That's
That's
where
awesome.
I'll be. One of my fantasy jobs is to drive around the ice cream truck and give ice cream to kids.
Hey, best
Just make them
thing.
happy.
One of my favorite things in Sarasota, if you go down to Venice or what's Midnight Pass, what's the new one? The inlet that just opened up right there south
Oh,
of
Midnight.
yeah, Midnight Pass. I go down there sometimes on the boat. They have a ice cream truck boat. It's an
Oh,
ice
yeah.
cream boat.
Oh,
That's the coolest. It has music and
next time you come down, make a left at marker 51 and go down that canal,
yeah.
and you'll see Key West style on the left. That's me.
Well,
Pull-
now
pull-
everyone knows where you live now.
That's hard to figure out.
Yeah.
Come honk your horn. Come say hi.
All right.
Yeah, but Midnight, man, what a gift! Wow, the water quality.
Oh, it got
the
so much
life.
nicer.
We have dolphins in our canal.
I know, that's awesome.
mean,
I love it. I love it. It's so nice now. Let's keep on moving along. We really got to get into this Florida Man segment.
Here it comes.
So-
I love this.
So here's the thing. The Florida Man stories, we're switching things up a little bit differently today. Actually use ChatGPT to give us this idea.
Oh,
What we're going to do is we're going to say 3 stories and you're going to tell us which one's real
They're probably all
and
true.
which 2 are fake. Well, you don't know if ChatGPT told us to give you 3 real ones or 3
Yeah.
fake ones, but you're going to hear them right here.
I'll be able to. I'm going to win this. I know it.
Story number 1. A Florida man in Daytona Beach was detained after attempting to surf on a moving car hood during rush hour traffic, insisting he was training for hurricane season. Story
It's
number
almost too tame for Florida.
Yeah, you know what? It's like, of course that happened. Story
So
number
what's
2.
What's so rare about this?
Story number 2. A Florida man in Naples was cited for repeatedly sneaking into a golf course at night to coach the alligators and help them reach their full athletic potential. That one seems believable to me. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know what he's doing there. But story number 3. A Florida man in DeLand was arrested after he attempted to steal a powered lawnmower by driving it 10 miles down the road at night because his truck was low on gas. Deputies later found him riding the mower on the highway with a headlamp strapped to his forehead. Which one of those are real? Which ones are
Three's the real one.
3's the real one?
Yep.
Maria, she's shaking her head, yes.
I live in Florida. These are my people.
Yeah, that's real. And it's logical. You run out of gas, you take someone's gas or lawnmower and you take off
This is
with
a
it.
state where we just arrested the mascot at Chuck E. Cheese.
I saw that headline. I didn't read what it was
He's
about.
going to need a good lawyer, by the way. I'm going to have him call Hale Law. Do you represent the mascots?
It depends
I think it was
what
credit
the
card.
mascots are doing.
I think it was credit card fraud.
No, I don't want credit card fraud. Well, how am I going to get paid by that? I guess he'd have to pay you cash because you're not taking credit card payment from a credit card.
Those kids are going to
fraud
need
person.
counseling. They took away Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, why not wait till? Why not? If it's credit card, it's not a violent crime. I know
I
nothing
know.
about it. Tell the
Could-
manager, take him in the back and take him
Yeah,
out the
take
back.
the head off.
Kids don't need to see.
No.
I don't know what happened, but if they arrested him right in front of the
Oh,
kids,
they did. They carted him right out.
a little discretion. I don't know. Maybe there's something I don't know about.
That's
the
a
story.
Florida story, though.
That
That wouldn't
is
happen in any other state.
No, it'd be
You're right.
really funny if it was like, some guy dressed as Papa John's taking out Chuck E. Cheese or something. Now that'd be interesting. So now we'll do the closing because if not, you and I are going to go way too long,
I
even
know.
longer.
Sorry, folks.
For listeners who want to learn more or work with you, where can they find you?
Oh, just armbrusterassociates.com.
All right. Any social media, anything like that you want to?
All that'll pop up.
All of it'll pop up. I Googled your name before coming here because I didn't have Grok and I don't have a Tesla. But yeah, I saw it. You're very easy to find.
Yeah, I try to be.
Yeah.
I try to be. You know, it's about helping people, man. You can get all the stuff you want. Everybody gets what they want. They really do.
Absolutely.
In the end, you'll get everything you want. Just be careful what you think about.
I was going to ask you for one final piece of advice, but it sounds like you're just doing it preemptively. Anything else you'd want to leave the listeners with?
No, that's really it. Careful on your thoughts. Your thoughts become things. Your things become things around you. Everything's going to get affected by that. And especially young folks, like, careful you're not thinking about what you don't want.
Yeah, it's a law of attraction.
You're taking that little lima bean in your head and you're programming it like, okay, this is the thing I don't want, but it doesn't hear that. It says, here's the thing I want. And you're going to make bad choices. You're going to hang out with bad people and you're going to get pulled into things. Because you're hanging out with the wrong people because you were focused on the thing you didn't want. Be real with yourself. I want to have a great life. I want to have a great family. I want to meet a great spouse. I want to think, and every day, set the tone and watch what happens. It'll just come to you.
Absolutely. Well, really appreciate you, Adam, for coming. That concludes another episode of One Hale of a Podcast brought to you by Hale Law Accident Attorneys. Hale, yeah.
Hale, yeah.
And remember, tell the insurance companies you're going to Hale.
You know